You know, I feel dirty every time I join a game of Dark Souls and the motherfucker that summoned me has killed Solaire. It's wrong, dude. It's wrong. So our homeboy War Machine has got himself on trial for attempted murder. Dude, it makes you wonder what goes through some of these people's minds. Like, seriously. You have a beautiful girlfriend who obviously does shit for you and most men wish they had, and you want to beat her up. Like, how do you have these kind of anger issues? I've said before that every man's a variation of yourself. Every man you could see could be a possible outcome of what you could have been. And I've had anger issues before. I have. But mine usually stem from Call of Duty. I broke more than my share. But my anger issues never stemmed on the people. Like, I've never gotten upset at a video game and thought, man, I'm going to go beat the shit out of somebody else. I wonder if he was like that before he learned how to fight. That's the real question. Like, was he like one of these skinny kids that got picked on and he learned how to fight? Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything about War Machine's history. But I think it's fucked up. They won't let you use his name in court. You legally change your name, and then the judge makes you use your previous name in court. You know, that's the level of control and power. Judges tell him like, judges looking at him like, I have the power here, boy. You don't have the power. I don't know. I'm sitting there looking at this photo of him in court with two officers, and the look on his face, you can tell all he wants to do is beat the judge up. That's all he wants to do. He don't want to get off of the trial. He don't want to get out the handcuffs. He wants to beat the judge up. But man, War Machine, you fucking up, dog. Brooke recently got to the hospital. He's home now. Don't want to shove a camera right in his face right now because he's still very weak. So I sat there to talk to him and got real skinny. First thing the man asked me when he walks in the door is like, well, why didn't you come see me? I have a couple of mottos that people don't agree with in life. And one of them is I try not to go to the hospital to see people while they're in the hospital. Reason is, hospital's a place you go when there's a chance of death. Be whatever. Usually don't go to the emergency room unless something's really, really wrong with you. And I don't want to remember you like that. It's the same reason I don't like going to funerals. I think I've been to 2 funerals in my entire life. I went to my cousin, well, I don't know what he is related to me. He's my aunt's son. So that would be my uncle? I don't know. I don't follow the family hierarchy. No, my uncle is Stevie, who is my mother's brother. My aunt's son, that'd be like a nephew, right? I don't know. Whatever. He had a baby that was stillborn, and he died at like a couple weeks old. Well, not a couple weeks, but he died as a little baby. And I went to that funeral. That was in 91 or 92. So I was like 6, maybe 7. So you flip it around, and the other funeral I went to, I was like 4 or 5. That was my grandfather's. But those are the last 2 funerals I remember going to. I didn't go to my homeboy Jordan's funeral, which he got in a wreck in high school. And like, yeah, Jordan's the reason I wear seatbelts. Because Jordan went and got a new set of tires from a place, and I guess one of the technicians didn't put the nuts on all the way. And Jordan wasn't a very good driver to begin with. He was a very bad driver. I mean, even as kids, like a 16-year-old kid will drive. We looked at Jordan and said, "You don't ride with Jordan." He passed people on the side of the road. He ignored speed limits, things of that nature. Well, he took a curve too fast one night, and I guess it torqued, put a lot of stress on those threaded bolts, and the tire came off. Well, when the tire came off, the truck did a nosedive and started flipping. He had a girl with him. It threw her out the passenger side window, and she landed in the grass. It threw him up in the air, and he face pointed right to the ground. I remember going to the hospital that night when they said it happened, and I remember the doctor specifically saying if they would have had their seatbelts on, he'd been all right, because for the most part the truck flipped like once. They would have came out both alive, but neither one had their seatbelt on. So Jordan, unluckily, he hit the road, where she hit soft uncut grass on the side. She has brain damage. He's dead. That's the reason I wear my seatbelt. It's the reason I have seatbelt extenders. It isn't the law. It isn't because of anything. It's because of that moment right there. I don't know. That was a period of my life that changed me. But it's a selfish reason I do things like this. And it's because if you are to die, I don't want my last memory to be Jordan's. Seeing your head busted open on a gurney. I'd much rather remember you picking up a refrigerator. 74. This week's gotten off to a horrible start eating wise. I gotta get on track. Haven't gained any weight, but I haven't lost any either. And today's Thursday, I think. And normally the days after weigh-in are successful, so I gotta get back on track today and head toward my goal, because I think I set my goal a half pound higher than normally, because the last 2 times I set a goal, I beat it by half a pound. So we are going to, I want to try to implement in the next 2 or 3 days another piece of workout regimen. And I also want to try to implement, if not today, tomorrow, uploading Fallout 3 and Dark Souls back on my channel. I feel like I'm ready for it at this point. And yeah, it's hot as shit today. I don't know, it's just muggy. The air feels thick, and I need a shit shave and shower. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back home, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you guys for continually rating these videos and showing supportive comments. Even though I don't respond to all of them, I do read them all, and it helps tremendously. There's been many a days I didn't want to come walking, and these videos right here did exactly what I set out for them to do. They got my ass out here walking, and that's because of you guys. Thank you for your continued support. People wondered about the dog. Where you going away, buddy? There's a couple dogs that are on the actual route, and unlike police, I haven't shot and killed them yet. That one right there actually scared me just now, because they come running up to me, and I wasn't paying attention. I was actually listening to Flogging Molly, and I don't know where my face is on this, but one's Molly. Obviously, I was listening to Flogging Molly, but the chocolate lab mix thing is Molly. I don't know that one's name, but neither one of them hurt you. When a dog runs up to you and its tail's wagging, as long as you don't try to pet it, it's not going to bother you. It's probably just curious.